Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. How are you doing today? Today we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a cool subject for ourselves today, so let's go ahead and dive right on into it. What is our cool subject for today? Our cool subject for today is how to be creative in selling. How to be creative in selling, how to be a creative salesperson, pretty much. I'll tell you a secret, guys. You know, if you're a salesperson, if you're just getting into it, you've got your company that's going to be really awesome. They're going to work with you. They're going to give you the fundamentals. They're going to teach you the basics and stuff. And they're going to say, go hunt that dog. Go out there and start selling. Get your feet wet. And they're going to have expectations. But see, here's the thing. A lot of times, if you're a salesperson, you learn general stuff. Well, go get some leads, pay for some leads, go talk to some people, hand out your business card, blah-de-de-blah-de-de-blah. Well, I'll tell you what, I've been in sales since the 80s, and it's been a long time. Back in the dinosaur days, when we had cassette players, we were listening to motivational speakers like Tom Hopkins, Brian Tracy, and Zig Ziglar, and a whole lot more. And see, I was one of the fortunate people that I got a foundation in sales. But because I've been doing sales so long, I've gotten to see a lot of different views in the selling business, selling game, selling career. And you know, the big key to success in this regard is you have to be a creative salesperson. Because see, people aren't going to just knock on your door and go, hey, I want to go ahead and buy something from you. Now, they may come out to your brick and mortar store. They may, you may have, like say for instance, you may have people calling you because of a particular need. But in generality, guys, I'm going to tell you what, most of the time you got to pick up that heavy phone. You got to call people. You've got to go ahead and knock on doors. You got to go talk to people business to business. I mean, you've got to do your research, and even today, you've got to go out on the internet and you've got to market yourself. You've got to really shake the bushes. Because, see, customers have so many people and so many type opportunities from so many different venues and so many different places that they can make informed purchases. So your simple job as a salesperson is to take that traffic and turn it into your people. You got customers, you want to make money, so you have to be very creative. And some of the things that I'm going to talk about that can help you to be creative is going to help you. You know, when I first got into sales, like I said, I was a door-to-door salesperson. And one of the key things that I learned how to do when I first came into sales was, you know, I was good at talking to people. But see, people, believe it or not, when you're talking to them in person, people are visual people. That's just the way it is. So what I did was, you know, I sold newspaper services, and one of the key things that I decided to do was make a little book of all the important features and benefits of the newspaper it sells. People love coupons, and if you can show people a way to save money and it's like getting it for free, holy cow. That was one of my techniques that I used because I was being a creative salesperson. I created a booklet, had plastic sleeves in it, and I still do that today. I've got like 5 different ones that I use, so when I talk to different types of customers, I'm able to not only give them a auditory thing, but also a video, or should I say a visual. And what I did was, like I said, I was able to talk to people about movies. And see, the newspaper back in the day was a big medium. It was like the only thing. We didn't have the internet back then, and it was just something that people were thinking about. It wasn't nothing real. But so what I did was I made these plastic sleeves, and inside of it I would also talk about, you know, the movies. I would talk about current events, things that were important to the customer, and then I would offer them different types of services. And I'm going to tell you what, I got really, really good at it, and I was one of the very fortunate people by having people like Dwayne Dabrowski give us a chance to learn a bunch of selling techniques and stuff, because I had some great salespeople that would go door to door and teach you some stuff. But once I started learning that stuff, it made a whole lot of difference. I was able to have a better selling conversation. And so the technique that I used, like I said, was using a visual aid so that customers not only can hear me but see me, and then I would ask them questions questions on, things that they did in their lives that the paper could be used for. So I know it sounds a little weird, but I'll be quite honest with you. You can use that, and I have in my wholesaling career. When I sold furniture and electronics for years, I used to carry a portfolio with me. I'd walk around, talk to customers, and I'd give them pictures. I'd show them pictures inside of a sofa, what it looks like at the manufacturer, how things were made. I'd show them what a coil spring system looked like. I'd show them what the inside of a TV looked like. I'd show them pictures of electronics, and I would show them how things were manufactured. Now, most salespeople, they didn't do that, but I did, and it gave me the capability with visual aids to walk a customer through just seeing a sofa. Yeah, looks pretty, looks like a sofa, but what did I do? I did something creative. I gave them a visual. Now, the same thing, like I said, with electronics and stuff. I was able to show customers what was inside of electronics. And remember, guys, when you're out there trying to sell stuff, you're trying to sell extended warranties, maintenance agreements, service agreements, all kinds of agreements, to make sure that the customer, if something goes wrong, they're going to be taken care of. And I would have those visual aids. I'd even have broken, when I was selling electronics, I'd have electronics that were broken, and I'd bring them out. People go, why would you want to do that? Because remember, guys, people are visual. They're auto, but they are visual too. So when you're talking about to a customer, hey, you're going to buy this $3,000 whatever, and it's man-made, woman-made, it can possibly break, but here's what we're going to do for you to guarantee. Now, this is what's inside of it, and unfortunately, things do break. And so the key to success that was one of the techniques, how to be creative in selling. I use broken things, broken piece of equipment, and I gave the capability for the customer to see it within their visual, in their eye, in their mind's eye. Also, there was other things that I would do for my customers that was a little bit different than when I was out there. I would talk about, when I sell insurance, you got to talk to customers in pictures. A lot of times people don't want to buy insurance because they don't get no benefit right off the bat. But see, especially when you're talking about death benefits, and you have to bring these things to customers' mind. I talk to them about, things that happen in the real world and how people are left, without any money and struggling. And see, sometimes people, what my little visuals and stuff like that, I show, a family who's got a beautiful home, and then you show another family who's living on the street. I mean, I'm not trying to make people feel bad, but you have to put things in perspective because things do happen. And see, the creativity that I have in my mind also is I do a lot of different types. When I sell real estate, I go onto the MLS, which is a system that realtors get a chance to use to be able to put homes for sale, or to be able to see the different homes that are for sale. And what I did is I go to do open houses for people. Open houses, you're saying, what is that? That means when people come and look at the house and make a determination if they want to purchase it or not. So what did I do? The day before, I'd get on Facebook and YouTube and stuff, and I would make a video, Instagram, I'd make a video of what they say that the house is going to look like. And then what I would do with my creative mind is I would talk about the features and benefits, how big the house was and so forth or whatever. And then I would go physically the next day, go out to the house and do a live video showing exactly what the home looked like. Because not every time when you go to see a house is it going to be as nice as it was in the picture, okay? So what I've done is, remember, pictures are worth 1,000 words, but sometimes cameras can manipulate pictures, okay? And see, I've been able to do things like this my whole career. Like I said, I use different platforms to be able to save time. Like, say, for instance, I'm a salesperson. I get out and about all the time. I have this product called Road Warrior that's a wonderful product that gives you the capability to be able to monitor your day. You can go ahead and input the information as far as the location, and it will actually pinpoint and save you time by setting up a route for you for that particular day. Now, I got somebody give me that great advice. Instead of driving here, all over, your time is very valuable. And on top of that, what I also try to do is I try to work zip codes. When I'm working door to door or business to business, I don't want to be all over the place. I kind of want to work in an area so that way I can farm that area. I got that term from real estate, but I would be able to go and talk to different people, different companies that are all interested in basically the same thing. You know, my name is Gary Lee Stanley. Give me a thumbs up. Share my videos. I've got hundreds and hundreds of videos on everything there is to know about selling. And sometimes you just need somebody to walk you through a process. We make it kind of complicated sometimes, and we don't sometimes think that, hey man, you know, my ideas really matter. That's not true. Being a creative person gives you the capability to make more money on it. And I'm just one of these kind of people that I believe in thinking outside of the box. If you're a salesperson, you know, you're going to have some basic information. You're going to be able to share your information, but look for those ways which you can make yourself appear a little bit different, because everybody's can be selling the same product. But if you come across to the customer as a little bit more knowledgeable, maybe having some ideas, some information that none of the other salespersons had even talked about, how it could make them more money, how it could save them more money, how it gives them the capability to be seen, because everybody's got the internet on and they're seeing every single thing, and everything gets kind of clouded. So what I'm sharing with you is our topic today: how to be creative in selling. How to be creative in selling is, like I said, think outside the box. You got to have this capability in your mind. Just look at your product. What is your product, that the niche that you have as far as your product? Who is using your product? You got to think, why would people want to invest in your product? Why? Because listen, guys, you can show thousands and thousands of times your product, but unless those people have a want, a need, if they don't have the capability to afford it, or if they don't even want it, why would you be wasting your time trying to get a sale from somebody who can't and won't and don't have the capability to invest in your product? So you have to think smart. Now, some people get leads, they pay for leads, which can be very beneficial, but if you don't use your leads, you're not going to be able to make any money. How do you be creative? You get out there and you start working in your sphere of influence. One of the things that I learned again in real estate is that, hey, you can get online and you can tell people, hey, I sell this, I sell that, I do this, I do that, and let people know that are in your sphere of influence, people that you know, and tell them, hey, if you know anybody who might need my service, please let me know. And see, that was one of the things that can help you to become more successful, and that gives you the capability to be branding yourself and people knowing that what you do. Now, a lot of times people can do simple things also. Remember, you can go out there and you can start calling people, but one of the key things that I would also talk about is some being creative with if you're talking to people over the phone, you need to have good scripts. I mean, really good scripts, because see, people's time is very valuable. One little thing here is, hi, hello, hi, is this Bill? Hi, Bill. Hey, I was just getting back with you. This is Gary Lee. And they'll go, who? Yeah, you guys had already purchased something from us, and I was getting back to find out how everything's going. Oh, or maybe they were you had sent some information in and you were thinking about purchasing something. And my simple job is to get back with you and give you some information to make it easy for you if you're deciding that you want to go ahead and invest in this particular product. Does that make sense? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you're real busy and everything, but let me have a few minutes of your time, and we'll go ahead and see if we can get you taken care of. How's that sound? Sound fair? And here's the other thing. I talk to customers over the phone. Hey, listen, Bob, I'm going to be in your area Thursday. I should be in your area between 2 and 5. What would be best for you? You want to give them a time and a place, because you don't want them to say, well, do you want me to come out there? No, don't do that. You have to be creative, and you have to have good scripts. You have to have the capability to transfer information to customers in a short amount of time. People are sizing you up. They want to buy stuff from you, but they just don't want to be pressured, and they don't like to be sold. So here's the key to success. When you call somebody, don't hang up on people and have them call you back, because that's things what I see right now. It drives me nuts when these companies are doing that. So what I do is I block their numbers, and I call them and I hang up on them and I block their numbers. First, I need to know who it is, first of all, because I talk to customers all the time, and they've got all my information, my telephone numbers. And listen, guys, being creative and a salesperson means you're doing more than the other salespeople. I tell you what, guys, a lot of salespeople, they're mediocre. They only think, well, I'm going to do this because the boss told me to. I'm going to only do this. Do more. Be creative. Find those ways and means to be able to differentiate yourself versus other salespeople. And I've just given you a few ideas because this is some of the stuff that I do. I still do all of this stuff even to this day. Okay? And I get on the internet, I make videos, I talk to people, I go on LinkedIn and I share my videos. I talk about things that are different that have got to do with sales. And so what I'm doing is being creative. I'm building my brand. I'm building who I am. And if you're a brand new salesperson, you're right where you need to be. You may find a product that works for you, but you need to go ahead and remember, don't be like everybody else. Think outside the box. Now, you want to do what the best people are doing if you can go ahead and emulate what they're doing, but if there's a way where you can be more creative, your company's looking for you to make more money, so you have to do things that are different because everybody's trying to get the same customer. So do me a favor, guys, go out there and sell something, but if you ain't asking for the order, you ain't selling. This is Gary Lee. We just had a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy the ride. All right.